Ever wondered how what you eat affects your pancreas, especially if you're dealing with pancreatitis? Pancreatitis is an inflammation of the pancreas, a vital organ that plays a key role in digestion and blood sugar regulation. While acute pancreatitis occurs suddenly and lasts for days, chronic pancreatitis is long-term and can lead to permanent damage. Often, the onset of pancreatitis is linked to gallstones or alcohol consumption, but sometimes the cause is unknown. In managing pancreatitis, diet plays an incredibly crucial role. It's not just about what you can eat, but also about what you should avoid eating. The wrong foods can exacerbate symptoms, increase inflammation, and even lead to more serious health issues. On the other hand, the right dietary choices can help manage symptoms, reduce inflammation, and promote healing. So, what are these harmful foods, and why are they bad for individuals with pancreatitis? Let's dive into the list of foods that can be harmful to individuals with pancreatitis. First on our list are fatty and fried foods. These culinary delights, while undeniably delicious, can often be the villains in the story of pancreatitis. They play a significant role in increasing the production of pancreatic enzymes. Imagine the pancreas as a factory working overtime to process these foods, leading to an increase in pressure. This added pressure can exacerbate the symptoms of pancreatitis, causing discomfort and potential health complications. Fatty and fried foods are a bit like that friend who always convinces you to stay out just a little bit longer, even when you know you have work early the next morning. Sure, it might be fun in the moment, but the next day, not so much. The same goes for your pancreas. It might be able to handle the occasional indulgence, but frequent overindulgence can lead to long-term issues. So it's best to limit the intake of fatty and fried foods. Next up is alcohol. A common social lubricant, alcohol can unfortunately have harmful effects on the pancreas. It can exacerbate the symptoms of pancreatitis, a condition characterized by inflammation of the pancreas. Alcohol does this by increasing the production of pancreatic enzymes, which can lead to inflammation and pain. Moreover, heavy alcohol consumption over a long period can lead to chronic pancreatitis, a serious condition that can cause irreversible damage to the pancreas. This can lead to difficulties in digestion and impact the body's ability to regulate blood sugar levels, opening the door to further health complications. It's not just heavy drinking that can be a problem. Even moderate alcohol consumption can lead to acute pancreatitis, particularly in individuals with a predisposition to the condition. Therefore, reducing alcohol consumption, or better yet, abstaining from it completely, can significantly help in managing pancreatitis. Sugar, while it might taste good, isn't always sweet for your pancreas. High sugar foods and beverages might be a delight for your taste buds, but they can be a nightmare for your pancreas. They can exacerbate symptoms of pancreatitis and put undue stress on this vital organ. The pancreas plays an essential role in our body, including regulating our blood sugar levels. When we consume sugary foods and beverages, the pancreas has to work overtime to produce the insulin necessary to process all that sugar. Over time, this can lead to inflammation and other complications associated with pancreatitis. The problem is further compounded when these sugars are consumed in large quantities or on an empty stomach, putting even more pressure on the pancreas. So what can we do to help our pancreas? The answer is simple. Limit the intake of sugary foods and beverages. Limiting sugar intake is a crucial step towards managing pancreatitis. For meat lovers, this might be a tough one. Red meat, especially when high in fat or heavily processed, can exacerbate the symptoms of pancreatitis. The key issue here is the fat content. High-fat foods can stimulate the pancreas to produce more digestive enzymes, potentially leading to inflammation and discomfort. Now, does this mean you need to cut out meat entirely? Not necessarily. The answer might lie in making smarter choices. You can opt for leaner cuts of red meat, trimming off any visible fat before cooking. But why stop there? There are plenty of other protein-rich options out there. White meat, such as chicken or turkey, is typically lower in fat than red meat. Fish is another great alternative, offering the added benefit of heart-healthy omega-3 fatty acids. For those open to stepping outside the meat box, plant-based proteins like lentils, beans, and tofu offer a powerhouse of nutrients without the high-fat content. Switching to leaner protein sources can make a big difference. Dairy products are next on our list. For those dealing with pancreatitis, full-fat dairy products might be doing more harm than good. Why, you ask? Well, like many foods high in fat, they can exacerbate the symptoms of pancreatitis and make digestion more challenging. Imagine it this way. Your pancreas is a hard-working factory, and full-fat dairy is like the sticky, heavy material that slows down the production line. The pancreas has to work overtime to process this material, leading to increased pressure and discomfort. Now, this doesn't mean you need to cut dairy out of your diet completely. Instead, consider opting for lower-fat or fat-free dairy products. These alternatives can provide the same nutritious benefits without the added strain on your pancreas. Choices like skim milk, low-fat cheese, and fat-free yogurt can be a healthier choice for your pancreas and your overall well-being. So remember, making a simple switch in dairy products can be beneficial. Lastly, we have spicy foods and high-fiber foods. Now, there's a common misconception that spice is the enemy of a healthy pancreas. While it's true that excessively spicy foods can cause discomfort, it's not the spice itself that's the problem. The real issue lies in the reaction it triggers. Foods that pack a punch can cause the pancreas to go into overdrive, exacerbating inflammation and worsening symptoms of pancreatitis. So if your favorite dish is a fiery curry or a hot salsa, it might be time to turn down the heat a notch. Now let's shift our focus to high-fiber foods. Generally, fiber is a champion for digestive health. It aids in maintaining a healthy weight, controlling blood sugar levels, and keeping your heart in check. But when it comes to the pancreas, the story changes a bit. High-fiber foods can increase pressure on the pancreas, making digestion more difficult. Foods like whole grains, beans, and certain vegetables may become a challenge for the pancreas to process. This is particularly the case for individuals experiencing symptoms of pancreatitis. Remember, though, that everyone's body is different. What might be a trigger for one person might not necessarily be a trigger for another. The key is to be mindful of how your body reacts to different foods. If you notice any discomfort or worsening of symptoms after consuming spicy or high-fiber foods, it's best to reduce their consumption. It's always essential to remember that dietary changes should be tailored to your specific needs and health conditions. And while it's good to be informed and proactive, nothing can replace the advice of a healthcare professional or dietitian. So, if you're dealing with pancreatitis or any other health condition, make sure to consult with a professional to create a diet plan that's best for you. It is advisable to limit consumption of both spicy and high-fiber foods. But remember, moderation is the key, and a balanced diet is the best diet. So don't be afraid to enjoy your food. Just be mindful of how it might affect your pancreas. So we've covered quite a bit about pancreatitis and diet. We've journeyed through the minefield of foods and drinks that can potentially aggravate symptoms of pancreatitis, understanding their impact on our bodies and the ways they stress the pancreas. Let's take a quick stroll down memory lane to revisit these key points. Firstly, we explored the world of fatty and fried foods. We discovered that these seemingly mouth-watering delights can boost the production of pancreatic enzymes and increase pressure on the pancreas, exacerbating symptoms. Next, we dove into the effects of alcohol. This social lubricant, when consumed excessively, can worsen symptoms of pancreatitis and have damaging effects on the pancreas. Moderation, or even total abstinence, was underscored as a wise choice. We then turned our attention to sugary foods and beverages. These sweet indulgences, we found out, can intensify pancreatitis symptoms and heap unnecessary stress on the pancreas. It's a clear sign to curb the sweet tooth and limit our sugar consumption. Our discussion on red meat revealed that high-fat or processed variants can worsen symptoms of pancreatitis for some individuals. In contrast, lean protein sources such as white meat, fish, or plant-based proteins emerged as healthier alternatives. Full-fat dairy products also came under the spotlight. These foods, we learned, can aggravate pancreatitis symptoms and make digestion a challenging task. We saw the merits of switching to lower fat or fat-free dairy products. Lastly, we examined spicy foods and high-fiber foods. While they may add a zing to our meals or promise better digestive health, they can intensify pancreatitis symptoms and exacerbate inflammation for some, or increase pressure on the pancreas, making digestion difficult. Remember, these dietary changes can vary depending on individual symptoms and health conditions. So consulting with a healthcare professional or dietitian is always a good idea. Let their guidance steer you towards a healthier, happier pancreas.